Hey there, I'm Brittany Smith and welcome to Filmmaker Symposium. So today I'm going to do a review on Envato Elements and how that can help you as a beginning filmmaker or media creator. So what exactly is Envato Elements anyway? Well, Envato Elements is an unlimited subscription to digital assets. Now that was a big mouthful, so I'm going to break that down. So a digital asset is something that's digital and it's an asset. So that could be stock footage, or it could be a video template, a web template, could be stock photos, music, sound effects, all sorts of different things. It kind of goes beyond that as well. But instead of buying these things individually, which can actually get really costly, Envato Elements provides an unlimited subscription. So basically you pay once per month for unlimited downloads of all these assets, which will save you tons of money in the long run. So having a subscription to this kind of service is really going to help you as a media creator or a filmmaker. So as you might have guessed, I use Envato Elements a lot in my YouTube videos. You'll notice that my intro is an After Effects template that I got from Envato Elements. So basically I just put it in After Effects and then changed up some things as I went along. And also I use the title that goes in between each section of my video. That is also from Envato Elements, which I really think is kind of a cool thing. And then I also use the music from Envato Elements, and recently I did a video called Hope in the Midst of Despair. That video was entirely made with Envato Elements. That was just a bunch of videos and music put together from Envato Elements. So I'm going to describe to you a few things that would be pros of this service, and then some things that are cons. I've been using this service for about 8 months, so I've become really familiar with the pros and cons of using this subscription service. So first off, I'll start out with the pros of Envato Elements. So the first thing would be the assortment of digital assets. And by that, I mean they offer all kinds of different digital assets. So instead of doing just music, they actually have video footage, stock photos, web templates, all sorts of different things. So the great thing about Envato Elements is that you're not paying for all these different subscriptions to all these different kinds of assets. They have all these assets in one subscription. This is in contrast to other subscription services that offer only one thing for a certain amount per month. And if you go through these other subscription services, you're going to end up with really big bill for subscriptions, because you're going to be purchasing a subscription for each digital asset. So with Envato Elements, everything is under one roof. The other thing I like is the price. So the price right now is $33 per month, and that's just for the monthly subscription. That means you can cancel at any time. If you go for the year-long subscription, then it's actually a lot less. I think it's even half the price. So if you were willing to get into it for a whole year, then you would have half the price. So the price is really great, because with other subscription services, like another one I was looking at, it was $33 for, I think, video footage and music, and that was the year-long subscription. So if you wanted to do the month-to-month subscription for video footage and music, it would have been much more expensive every single month. So Envato Elements is really affordable and offers you a ton of stuff. And then lastly, I like the way you can organize your projects with Envato Elements. They have these things called collections, and I use these collections for each video that I do. So if I'm working on 3 different YouTube videos, I'll have 3 different collections. And as I'm searching through content, I might see something that is for another video that I'm not working on now, but I'll be like, ooh, I want to save this. I don't want to forget that this is here. So I'll, save it to the collection. And that way I don't have to download it onto my computer yet. I can have a chance to look over my collections and figure out what I want to download. So I love how they allow you to organize your projects. So, and now for the cons about Envato Elements. So, over the 8 months that I've been subscribed to them, the one thing that is kind of a bummer is that their standard of quality is not very high. So, when you go to look for content, you really have to rummage through everything and find the good stuff. There are really great quality things on there, but it's a little harder to find. Whereas other subscription services that are more expensive, they usually have better quality standards, which means you're going to have better quality content immediately. So if you're a beginning filmmaker, this can be worth it. You're spending time kind of learning the discernment between good art and bad art. And I've learned a lot kind of rummaging through all their content about what makes video footage great and what makes video footage cheesy. So that can be really educational in and of itself. But for a professional filmmaker, this might be kind of frustrating because you just want good content right away. Now, the other con to Envato Elements would be the search engine, specifically for music. I feel like the creators that submit things to Envato Elements are not being required to tag things or to list titles that are helpful for the listener. And so as I'm finding music, I find that if I'm looking for something happy and I put an instrument next to it, I come up with just a huge list of upbeat corporate or upbeat this, upbeat that, upbeat pop, upbeat dance. And it's not very helpful. So when I'm searching for music, I basically have to listen to every single clip until I find one that I like. So it'd be much easier if we could search by instrument, or we could search by instrument with the emotion attached to it. It just seems like it's hard to find. There was one time I was trying to find some cello orchestral music, and I feel like I really had to dig, and it turned out that my clip was called like Hero something, but there was nothing about solo cello, and there was a beautiful solo cello part in it. And I thought, my goodness, it would be really great if this would have popped up right away when I said solo cello. So it'd be great if they could require their creators to tell people what instruments are in it, if it's a solo cello, if it's an orchestra, or just so it's easier for people to search those things. So I feel like their search engine is not that great. So once again, a little more time that goes into searching for your content, but as a beginning filmmaker, that might be worth it to you because you have a whole bunch of assets at your fingertips. So I hope you found this review helpful. If you have any questions about Envato Elements, be sure to let me know in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to answer them as soon as I can. Also, if you want to see a video made entirely from Envato Elements, be sure to watch my video called Hope in the Midst of Despair. It's made entirely from their music, entirely from their clips and all that good stuff. So be sure to watch that. I'll include it at the end of this video too, so you can click on it pretty easily. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss future videos on Filmmaker Symposium.